Okay, let's explore part 3 of Venn diagrams, which is Venn diagrams and two-way tables. There was a survey given in class. What were the questions that were asked? Well, the first question was, since here we have a cat and doesn't have a cat, has a dog, doesn't have a dog, is what were the questions asked? Do you have a cat? And do you have a dog? That kind of makes sense. So we're going to describe each category A, B, C, and D. A is done for us. A has a dog and has a cat. B has a cat but does not have a dog. Has a cat but not a dog. C does not have a cat and has a dog. Does not have a cat, whoops, but has a dog. And our last category here, D, has a cat and has a dog. I'm sorry, does not have a cat and does not have a dog. Have a cat or a dog. Okay, so let's see then what these other areas give us. If I look here at E, this is the total of this row. So this is group A plus group B, and so those are total people who have a cat. H is the total of this column, so it's B plus D. So this is going to be the total people who do not have a dog. Okay. So we know how to read it. This is going to be our total here. These are the totals of the rows, the totals of the columns, and HI would be the total people surveyed. And it should be the total of this column, the total of this row. All right, so let's see what we can do with this. Let's see. Now, I do this a little bit differently. If you have a cat and have a dog, that is going to be this section in here. Because this is has a dog, this is has a cat. If you have a cat and not a dog, that's going to be this area over here. So has a cat, but does not have a dog. Here we're going to be have a dog and not have a cat. So that will be this area here. And then finally, this area here will be outside of the circle. So it's going to be all of this region out here. So now let's see if we can figure out where everything goes. Okay, so if they only have a cat, there are 8. Has a cat but not a dog, that's going to be 4. Has a dog but not a cat is going to be 12. Now we got to fill in the rest of this. Okay, so we need to go back and first of all see what we can fill in here. Well, this is the total of this column, so this is going to be 8 plus 12, which is 20. This is going to be 8 plus 4, the total of this row, which is 12. This column here, if you add these two together, is going to equal 10. So this is going to be 10 minus 4, which is 6. So now this becomes 12 plus 6, which is 18. Now, when I'm figuring up this, it should be the 12 plus 18, which is 30. It should also be the same as the 20 plus 10, which is 30. It should be this row or this column. Okay. All right, now again, you can think about this in terms of R1, R2, R3, and R4 if you want to find out what all these things are. Okay, so how many have only a cat? This is R3, which is 4. How many do not have a cat? Then that is going to be everything outside of this. And we know now that this is equal to 6. So it is going to be R1 plus R4. Which is 12 plus 6, which is 18. How many have a dog? That's going to be these two. This is R1 plus R2, which is 12 plus 8, which gives me 20. Or we can take it from the table here. Notice this. How many have a cat or a dog? That's going to be R1 plus R2 plus R3. So that's going to be 8 plus 4 plus 12, which gives you 24. And of course, the key word here is or. And again, we're going to use this as the inclusive or. How many have neither pet? That is going to be R4, which is 6. And how many students were surveyed? That's all the regions put together. R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4. So that is 12 plus 8 plus 4 plus 6, which gives us 30. Now notice how all of these match up, and if you do your color coding, you can see here, okay, how many have only a cat? So that's a cat and no dog. Okay. How many do not have a cat? So does not have a cat is this entire row. How many have a dog? That is this column. How many have a dog or a cat? So we have to have a cat and a dog. So that's 8 plus 4 plus 12, which is going to give us our 24. How many have neither pet? That's here. And how many students? That's our total. Okay. Let's see if we can do another one. All right. So let's see. And again, I encourage you to stop and do these on your own. Write them symbolically. A car insurance company issued a monthly report showing the number of claims filed by the results are shown. Okay, so we have our column is under 18, so our categories are whether or not they're under 18 and no claims filed. Okay, so to be consistent color-wise, if it's both no claims filed and under 18 is this region here. No claims filed. Let's see the one on the left. If it's under 18, and at least one claim filed, this over here would be our no claims filed, but over 18. And over 18, at least one claim filed is going to be everything outside. All right, we're going to skip this part. And we're going to go straight to this one. Now, we did not go over this one in class, so I may slow down a little bit on this one, but actually I'm going to switch videos before I do.